our next host, we're gonna do something a little bit different than what we've been doing. I'd like Jessica, Joe, Jason to come up to the stage. Also Donnie, Nicole, and Melissa. We're going to bring a couple people from Phenix and a couple from Fireblast up here, and Paul Akers, who needs no introduction. We decided to put a few up here and let Paul ask some questions and kind of dissect the things that our two companies are doing. So, Paul.
Nicole, I will not hypnotize you. Okay? So, let's see here. Test 1, 2, 3. Let's get a mic over here. Let's start right down here with Jesse, right? Right?
Testing.
Okay. So, the reason why we're here is to affect people's lives. We're not here to make money. Make money is the byproduct of what we all do. When we do a really good job of affecting people's lives, we make money. It's really simple equation. Most people miss it in business. So today we want to talk about how lean thinking has affected people's lives. So we want to go to the Gemba, we want to go to the shop floor, we want to hear from the people whose lives have been affected by this and kind of understand really what it is we're trying to do. So Jesse, let's start with you. Introduce yourself real quick. Tell us a little bit about what you do. And then the question for all of you is very simple. Now, as we go through here, if you have any questions, we're here for you. Just raise your hand. We want to hear what you're thinking, and you can ask them, okay? So the question is not how has lean affected your life? No. Give me the one thing, the most important thing of how lean has affected your life. Very focused. Jesse, introduce yourself and tell us. Jason.
All right, so my name's Jason Valle. I've been employed with Fireblast for about 16 years. Wow. The one thing that's most important to me that I've gotten benefit from is respect for people.
And what does that mean?
For me, it showed me respect for myself. I mean, without respect for myself, I don't think I could deliver and, it's basically like cleaning up after yourself or making things better for other people. But without doing it for myself, I can't do it the best I possibly can for others.
So how did lean make you respect yourself better? I don't understand.
To me, it goes kind of hand in hand with like continuous improvement. I mean, as I respect myself and continually improve myself and respect myself as far as my body and what I do with the best way to say it is me at 100% is better than me at 50% delivering any message.
Okay. So lean taught you how to respect yourself better by improving yourself and not just maybe staying at the status quo?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Any thoughts from anybody? Jessica.
Hi, my name's Jessica Keel, and I've been with Fireblast for about 18 years. And I'd say the one thing that lean has done the most for me, we talked a little bit last night, I think John and Mark talked about it being a philosophy. Well, I think the biggest thing is just the unnatural mindset of constantly trying to improve and constantly trying to eliminate the struggle.
So you say it's unnatural, right?
Mm-hmm. Because naturally, I mean, even when we talked about earlier it being, paralysis, where it's not something that comes naturally to us at first. It doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem like something that we want to continue with. And it's almost like we know too much now, especially everyone that's here getting this training. We know too much. We'll never be happy now going back to our old way. We're just going to be frustrated with not improving and not eliminating that waste.
So in the beginning, Jessica, it was unnatural to want to continuously improve. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
I want to understand, what was unnatural about it?
Unnatural to recognize it necessarily. Like you go about your daily routines, and it's not natural to say, to just keep going through your processes, the ones that are in your comfort zone, ones that you are familiar with. So to go against that, it wasn't natural at first.
Okay, so it's back to Ron's paradigm. Mm-hmm. You had a paradigm of the way work was done.
Correct.
And you were comfortable in that.
Correct.
You didn't want to get uncomfortable.
Right.
So what you're saying is lean helped you be uncomfortable.
That's right. So, and I will add that at home, it does frustrate us. I shared with you a little bit last night about
Let's unpack that.
May or may not have to go through marriage counseling because my husband is not 100% on board with lean, but he's getting there, and it kind of makes me also realize that we're getting a lot of training and a lot of feedback at work, but at home, our families are not. So we have to develop people even at home, and even if it's our husbands who don't understand it.
Can you give us one secret on how to do that?
Nope, I haven't got there yet. I have not got there yet. I do send pictures to Rick of my husband's box that he keeps all of his stuff in, and actually my husband will send it to him himself and ask him if that's lean, and he knows it's not. Rick says put him in the box, and then it might be.
Very good.
So.
All right, thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome.
Joe.
My name is Joe Gonzalez. I've been employed at Fireblast for 10 years, and I come from a whole different perspective for lean because I'm in the sales division. So I'm fortunate enough to be part of it because being there for 10 years. But a lot of the videos that get posted help how to implement lean from the sales side and then carry it on to personal life. It's been dramatic. It's been very, very big impact in my life. I've lost 40 pounds in the last 2 years. Well, it was before that. And all had to do with everything that we started putting in place because I am a firm believer that if we're doing this, we're doing it for a purpose, but it isn't just when you clock in and you clock out at work. It's everything that you do, because what started to hit me again from the sales side is I have 3 little boys. And in looking at myself was, if I'm trying to do and better myself at work, why is it only there? So then I started bringing it home. And we're very big on processes at home because
you're a very, very unusual salesperson. Do you know that? Because salespeople like to make excuses why this doesn't apply because it's not manufacturing.
Oh, no, you should see me at work. They know. They know. But it just continues. And I do believe, though, for everything that I read and see and get, the videos being posted, the impact that it has, somebody said it earlier, it doesn't just have to stay with this group. So my kids play baseball, and all the moms know processes now. And a big one was a challenge, and my wife's probably going to hate me for saying this. I do my laundry and the boys' laundry now. Why? Because I fixed something that was bugging my kids. Baseball was coming around, day game, night game, and I can hear the kids, "Mom, where's this? Mom, where's this?" And Mom yelling, "Over here, over there, over here." Well, I got tired of that and fixed what was bugging me, and we established a process.
I say that lean is advanced training for being a husband. We learn to put the toilet seat down, clean up after ourselves, do the laundry.
Yep.
A lot of other benefits beyond just manufacturing, eh?
No. Again, there's a lot of stuff from visual indicators, and I'll leave with this one is my boys have their own color towels. So this way, if one leaves it behind, I can just go, "Eat there."
And Joe, one question. Do your children like the concept of lean?
They love it. They love it.
Children are the best. They're uninhibited.
They love it because they know we walk in somewhere, leave it cleaner than what we found it, is a base. We go to a restaurant, and I hear my kids tell my nephews, "Hey, they're not here to watch us play. This is a restaurant."
Wow. Great job, Joe.
Thank you.
Wow. Nicole. Okay, let me repeat the question so everyone can hear. How has lean affected the sales side, essentially? Can you give us some examples of how it's affected the sales side? Is that correct? Go ahead, Joe.
I think Steelcase had mentioned some of the stuff and what they did to fix it is just translating what you saw was happening in cells on the manufacturing floor, then taking that same process and saying, how does it apply? Why am I waiting for this information to come from a folder? Why am I where's a defect here? So I did that. I was breaking that down. And then we utilize a software program known as QuickBase for customer-based information of what we do, what we plan out for that day. Then we certainly improve that to add parameters of 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. That just tells us and gives everybody a visual indicator of what customers are needing, in essence, who's hot, to ensure that it's all visible for everybody on the team. Because in essence, I've always looked at it that I don't own that customer either, though he's in my territory. We all do under Fireblast.
So let me repeat that. What you just said was you didn't accept the fact that there wasn't flow in sales and that defects just occurred. You said, why should defects occur? Why did they occur? How do we get rid of them? And how do we create flow so no one's waiting for information? No different than the manufacturing floor. Did I get that right?
That's correct. Yep.
It applies to everything.
It applies to everything. And then even I go as far as when I do sales travel, since now being that I want to eat healthier food, I map out my destinations for lunch and for dinner. So that way I know, instead of having to go look around and say, oh, I'm looking for this place, and I spent 22 minutes and finally found something, I map it out ahead of time.
I have a question for you. How has being more healthy and more fit affected your ability to perform your job?
From a mindset, just completely being, knowing that the healthier lifestyle is going to make me available, and it helps balance out everything that I have planned for my day.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you. Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole Claseri. Is this on? It's on? Oh, you can hear me? Okay. So I've been with Phenix for 26 years, and I'm the chief financial officer there. So it is a little daunting, the lean aspect in the office, because there's so many things that you have to do in financials that you just can't not do. Of course, we have learned a lot from lean and implementing it. The one thing that I would say that I have taken from it has been the ability to offer a place that people can grow.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? A place where people can grow? Specifically, detail.
Well, definitely the difference that we had before. You can probably ask some of the employees. We have a lot of employees that are new because, of course, we had a lot of turnover when this happened. Well, when we implemented it.
You mean it didn't go perfect?
Huh?
The implementation didn't go perfect?
No. But the people that have been there before and after, you can ask them about the change. What we've offered to our employees is just phenomenal, I guess.
How have you grown?
I'm up here talking right now. I don't do that. That's Angel. He's the best at it.
And you're doing a great job.
But growing, just growing, just continuously improving and growing yourself and learning that there's always opportunities. It's never ending. The journey is never ending.
Awesome. Thank you. Any questions? Go ahead. Leah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Leah. Right. So from a CFO standpoint, is it worth spending the money, essentially, Leah, is what you're saying, right? When did you realize it was worth spending the money? Or you didn't?
She's thinking.
There was obviously doubt from the beginning because I didn't know what we were getting into, but it was pretty evident very early on. The changes that we implemented were far surpassing any doubt that I had. So
How long was that? A month?
Probably-
3 months? A year?
Probably about a month. I think a
Wow.
month into it. Yeah.
Angel, way to go. That's quick. Okay, Melissa.
Well, I have to say mine improved my marriage because the OCD thing became way okay once lean became. It was awesome. Value is probably the biggest impact that lean has had in my life.
What does that mean, value?
Value not just for the customers, but valuing others, valuing my time. I've always wanted to, back growing up, I always knew I wanted to help people,
Right.
in one way or another. I thought I wanted to be a therapist or a nurse or something to that effect. And I worked on an ambulance for many years before spending time at Phenix, and actually while spending time at Phenix. And you get busy in life, and sometimes you lose sight of what's important. And I thought going to work for a solid, very stable organization, good pay, good benefits, was the best way to take care of my family. And coming to this event last year in Germany and meeting the amazing people, many of which are here in the room, really changed my perspective and brought it back home and made me realize that I can provide more value to Phenix if I'm there full time. I can provide more value to my family by being a better person myself, working on me and giving back in any way that I can to improve someone else's workflow, improve their thought process, and really make more of a difference than.
So in the beginning, value was having a good, stable job, benefits, and things like that. Now value is developing people. Is that what I kind of heard?
Right. I don't have to be in the medical industry to help people.
Wow. Any questions? Go ahead. Ted.
Do you have, I heard you say that helping people is your top priority, and I love that. Do you have something that helps to remind you of that on a daily basis? So that when you get buried in things, you have something that snaps you back.
Wow.
That outward focus on other people.
So on a daily basis, do you have something that helps you remind you that it's really all about people, and that's where the real value is?
That is a fantastic question.
Fantastic. Well, look who it came from.
I'm very, very, very blessed to have an amazing team at Phenix. We actually call ourselves a family. And every day we do daily meetings, and we start out our daily meetings with gratefuls. And even if I'm not particularly, like, if I don't have something on the top of my mind that I'm grateful for, just standing back and looking at everybody in the room and what they're grateful for. One of my favorite things is when I see our team being grateful for one another, whether it's in work or outside of work, because they've gotten together the night before or they did something over the weekend. And that alone is just enough that we have such a strong team of amazing, caring people that it just doesn't go away.
Yeah, that is awesome. Wow. Amazing. Donnie.
Gotta top that. That's great. Is it on? All right.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm Donnie Gorman. I've worked with Phenix for 2 years, so I'm the rookie. And I make the helmets. I make the giant poster board you see in the back behind you. So I guess you could say that I save lives. No, I'm just kidding. And I think the most important thing, at least for me, would be to be humble, the humbleness of it.
So tell me about that. Unpack that. What do you mean to be humble? Lean taught you to be humble?
Yeah. So I'm a young guy. I've been working there 2 years, but it was right outside of high school. So coming in as an 18-year-old, even though I'm a young man, I'm still wildly immature, and I feel like I'm kind of growing up in this culture. And so coming in as a young kid, I'm sure you're all going to agree with this. I was like, yeah, I know everything. I'm 18. I don't need to learn anything else. Yeah. And in reality, coming into this environment, it taught me that I knew absolutely nothing. And I could continue to say that for years, because even Angel, who's my boss and who teaches us a lot, says that every day. And I think that amazes me, the fact that that kind of humbleness can come from a leader. Because my dad had told me all my life, like, oh, once you get into the workforce, it's cold, it's harsh, you need to shut up, get in there, get out. And it's the total opposite in a lean environment.
And it's cold and harsh, and then it goes back to what Mark Braun said, glory and dignity.
Yeah.
What a contrast. Cold and harsh, glory and dignity. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, next question. You ready? You guys don't know what I'm going to ask. Go ahead. We know what kind of leader you are, so there's no problem. Okay?
My bad.
So here's the next question. As leaders, and I guess this is directed mostly towards Rick and Angel, and we're putting them on the spot, what could they have done differently? What, if you're looking back, what maybe one thing, just one thing, that if they would have changed it, that it would have been more effective? Because we all want, man, I made so many mistakes, it's unbelievable. Any thoughts? You won't be fired. You've been there a long time.
Is this putting them on the spot, or is this putting us on the spot?
No. I want to know from your perspective so we can learn. I tell this story. I had Richio Shingo in my company, former president of Toyota China, son of Shigeo Shingo for 2 days. I have people from around the world come to my facility to see what we're doing. He didn't say one positive thing the entire time he was there. Not one. I'm not interested. He told me a million things I was wrong, that were wrong in my company. We have to look for problems. We don't hide them. Anything we could have done differently, anything.
I know the one I want to say is just curb your frustrations.
Okay. And how? Talk to me a little bit. How does he do that?
Well, I mean, just depending on. I mean, when I went to CD Matters or when I took the trip to Japan on the study mission 24, I mean, just the way they speak to the employees. I mean, everything is positive. Mr. Amazawa said, always have a smile on your face. No matter how bad the situation, have a smile on your face.
Okay, good. Good
Deliver
advice.
positivity always.
Okay, good. We like it. Okay, Jessica.
Being with Fireblast since the beginning, I've seen a lot of changes over the years with Rick and Leah, and kind of like what Lucas was saying with you. I trust them. Hopefully they trust me. So I think, honestly, the one thing is that I can think of since right in front of me is volunteering to do the summit sooner, because if anyone feels like their lean journey is stalling, this will do the summit. That will make you get things picked up.
Oh my
and,
God!
And keep
So
us
what
on
you
top
really
of your
said
game.
was put more pressure on you.
More pressure.
Put
Yes.
more pressure on you.
Sure. No.
So I'm a believer. I personally am a believer in high, ridiculous expectations to kick everybody in the butt and say, "Let's get it going."
Rick did set that ridiculous expectation for us on Friday before the summit. He said, obviously the shop and everything is in tip-top shape, ready for the summit. And he said to us, "This is the worst the shop will ever look. That it's only going up from
Isn't
here."
it incredible?
Yep, absolutely.
Look at the valuable lessons we're learning from you. This is just incredible. Joe.
Something you would do sooner?
Yeah.
Play golf with me. You know.
Okay.
So no, it's I think it's affiliated with everything. It's that or everything that comes together is just I know for what I do see and everything that has occurred. I mean, from the change, but I think Rick needs to really allow for us team leaders, other team members, for him to feel comfortable to delegate and allow growth within Fireblast through other personnel there also, because in hopes then that gives them a little bit more freedom of
So
time.
Lucas Holland, take your hands off the controls and let you fail, let you see what's going on.
Yeah, and it comes back because we love the place where we worked at, obviously 10, 18, 15-year employees. So it kind of shows that we weren't going anywhere when it was a certain way. Now that it has improved, why don't we get to show?
Okay. Excellent. Very candid. Rick, you okay with all this? Okay, good. Nicole.
Well, I would have to say Angel and I work very closely together. So when he brought this to me, I could only say, why didn't you go to jury duty sooner?
Jury duty, what is that?
He read the 2-second lean during jury duty, yes, if you haven't heard that story. He actually read it twice and was convinced when he got back. So he came to my office and said, we got to do this. Because we had actually tried. We had tried to implement lean for a couple years, actually. We had some person come in and have us do Lego things about one-piece flow and all that stuff. And it just wasn't applying to us. He was just way above where we were at that point. So we just kind of said, nope, we're not doing that. And we kind of left it for a little bit. And then he came back from reading your book.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. I like it. Melissa.
She stole my answer. I was going to say that he should have listened to Rick sooner when he was telling him we were doing it all wrong. But no, the growth and the change, not just in our company, but in Angel himself, has been so incredible. That anything that I could say could have been improved has been. It's something that maybe not as fast. I mean, we can all say that, right? Anything we've done, we wish we would have found it out sooner. We wish we would have known. We wish we would have improved sooner. So I'm stretching to grab something here, but maybe
it's fine.
Support. He gets very excited, wants us to do it all right now. Let's get it done. Gonna delegate it. Let's go. And then maybe just helping with tools, and we've identified that. So now we have a lot better training programs.
Okay.
And we're still working on that process. But I think maybe that's some of the early failures was we didn't have solid training to offer our staff and each other.
Okay, good. So, Angel, I'm going to turn to you real quickly because we have 5 minutes left. Why didn't you listen to Rick sooner? Just curious. And it's a serious question. Ah.
Rick and I have known each other for many years from the firefighting days, and I didn't know him from a business perspective, more of a friendship. Knew what he did, and we had these experts. We had these people that, oh, I'm with Toyota, and I did this, and that. And I'm like, they're the experts. They have to know what does Rick know, and I was completely wrong, 100%. And so when he said, come look at my shop, and I went over there, and I went, oh, I'm doing it wrong. And I got the book, and I realized that we were trying to become Toyota overnight, and that's not going to happen. They spent 80 years getting to that point. And I just needed to keep it simple and bring it down to a level that not only they can understand, but me, not being the smartest person there, could understand. And that's really what the big transition took place. And I went to Rick and said, yeah, you're right. We were doing it wrong.
So the bottom line is when you went and saw what Rick was doing, that's when you became convinced. And this is what we talk about a lot for all of you here. It's critical that every business here is allowing other businesses to come and see what you're doing. Not just because you want to pay it forward to the community, but also because when your people are on stage, they feel like the work they're doing has importance to it. It has significance. So there's two sides to that. You're helping your community, as Rick helped his community, but also it made his people feel like, wow, we have something significant enough that another company would want to come and learn from us. These are very important ingredients that we cannot miss. Donnie. Yes.
Just to touch on that, how do you get other companies, without putting it out there, like, hey, come see us, like, how do you get other companies to come to you to see what you're doing?
I'm not going to, how do we get other companies to come see what we're doing? Anybody want to answer the question? Help me. I could answer it, but I don't want to.
I'd suggest perhaps look into the shingle prize aspect, because if you win the shingle prize, I believe part of the reward is lots of people want to knock out.
Sure. So if you win an award or something like that, be one way. Go ahead. Come on, real quick.
Yeah, we make plenty of videos, put them all up on social media and share.
There you go. So just make videos. It's so easy. Pull out your phone, get a YouTube channel, show people what you're doing. Next thing you know, everyone's going to be saying, hey, can I come see it? Go ahead, in the back. Yep. Passion. And how do you do that specifically? I love it. Perfect. Okay, more. Go ahead. Be remarkable. You have to be extraordinary. This is not about being good. It's about being remarkable, extraordinary. Angel. I know. They can't even keep up with it.
So part of what we do is we tell everybody about it. So we have a Kanban card for Paul's books, and I hand those out in airports. I give them out to people continuously. We buy 20 at a time, sometimes every week. And anyone that comes in our business, whether a customer, a supplier, or somebody, we have a nice museum you'll see tomorrow, and we're like, what do you know about lean? We'll give them in the back, and as a result of that, I don't know how many hundreds of people.
Awesome. Okay, back here, real quick.
See you back here, Paul?
Yes.
I know one thing we do at our company that's been really good. It's our sales team. Our sales team brings our customers in, and they walk them through the shop, and they use that as a selling tool to say, look, you know how to make our product. Just watch it in manufacturing. Who wants to do business with it? And the hands go up.
Beautiful. Your factory is the best sales tool in the world. Okay, we want to finish with Donnie real quick. Donnie, what's the one thing they could have done different?
Kind of bouncing off what Melissa was saying, was just biting off more than we could chew. Like Angel was saying, how we were trying to be Toyota overnight. But at that exact point, it was also growing because Phoenix was a small family-owned business, and then became larger. We got more and more employees, right, or
So
family
you're
members.
saying don't bite off too much, or I'm not clear.
Yeah, don't bite off. You don't want to choke while you're eating.
Right,
You want to
okay.
be able to chew it slowly. So attack, even though you know projects need to get done, attack them individually and hard.
Okay.
So that way you can actually accomplish them instead of trying to.
So individually attack a project, complete it, go to the next one instead of, there are 10 things, let's get them all done right now?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's a quote from Juan Swanson that goes, "Never half-ass two things, get a whole-ass one thing." And that's, I live my life by that.
Never half-ass two things.
Whole-ass one thing.
And on that, we will end. That is perfect. I need people like him around me.
Yeah, let's take this one. So one thing. Yeah, hop in there. So one thing I'd like to do as everybody's still sitting. Can I have all of the Fireblast people and all of the Phenix people please stand up? One of the things that I wanted to point out was that because Leah had said earlier that some people had commented about how many of our employees were actually here. Both of our companies shut down for this event. Every single one of our employees are in this room. And we took this, Angel and I both, as a learning opportunity. This is a training event. We are closed down. It tells you if you call on our phone that we are at a 2-day company training, and that's it. We wanted every one of them to have an opportunity to meet all of you and have these opportunities. So. Okay, so two quick comments, and that I wanted to get. Jason failed to tell you that he also lost
5 pounds.
35 pounds. And Jessica's children were in our facility this week, and they actually asked me, "Can you help my dad with lean?" And I told him there's no help. Thank you, guys.